How is it going, everybody, and welcome to Maple Monkey Media. I know it's been a minute. It feels longer than a minute. I think it's been about 3 weeks since my last video, where the one before this I was cooking up some chicken tandoori. It's crazy how fast time goes, trying to figure stuff out, and just, life in general. Absolutely crazy. Just in the snap of a fingers, it seems like I was making the last video where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm getting a better schedule down on the go, and there's videos going to be flying. Well, the motivation and the weather and just kind of life in general hasn't been cooperating. So the build has kind of been put on hold for, I don't know, probably about a month now. But I am back here, as you can see behind me right now. It is a beautiful day down here in Nova Scotia. The crows are squawking, the sun is shining, and there's a cabin ready to be built back behind me. I swear, at some point in time, this cabin is going to get built. I'm going to be living in it, and the videos are going to be flying off of the shelf here, so stay tuned for that. It's going to happen. Today's goal is back here on the other side of the cabin here is the upper section. I want to get some of the studs in place for the supports under where my the end wall, I guess, is. I forget the word that I'm going to be looking for right now, but the upper wall and northern facing wall. Get some studs now that my kind of wood is all taken care of and it's not under 2 feet of snow. So that's kind of what the goal is today. Tomorrow it's supposed to be 12 or 13 degrees, so I'm hoping to get some more work done tomorrow and continue with where I finish off today. Thank you for everybody sticking with me. That sun is bright, holy. It feels like this is kind of like foreign territory now. I got to relearn, not really, but figuratively speaking, relearn how to vlog and use the camera, it seems. So we're going to go take a little walk, see around the cabin, and I'll show you what I'm actually going to be up to here in the next little bit. Okay, so we're on the back portion of the house right now, of the cabin. Right over here is going to be my mud room, and then upper here is that's where I'm talking about where I want to do some work today. Is I have my 2 studs there off of my ridge pole there, so I want to keep on going along here and then board it all the way up. Probably not going to take the tarp off just because who knows, we got a snowstorm yesterday and I guess winter's not over with. So I'm going to leave the tarp on and kind of work around that. But that's what the goal is for right now, is get some of my 2x4s cut and get them kind of studded in, screwed, nailed, and all that good stuff. And then I can continue on with boarding in the upper section, go over here to the mud room. And yeah, if you've seen any of the other videos, you know what's coming up then. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just squaring off some of the ends on these rough hewn 2x4s that I have. They're going to be going up top next to my center post, and they're going to be a couple studs that are going right to the right and left of it. So I'll get these cut, go up there, get the angles, and then get those in place. pro tip, if you see me using a pen here, don't use a pen. I just can't find a pencil, that's why I'm using this. The pro tip is use a pencil because the ink from a pen, it will seep into your wood. So if you're doing finished work for anywhere like, I don't know, furniture or chairs or anything where you're going to actually look at it and notice visible flaws, then you don't want ink sinking into the wood because it's just that much more sanding and time that you'll have to put into it. So there's a little pro tip for you, and while you'll use a pencil. Alright, well here we are on the upper section here, and this is the back wall that I'm talking about, that we just moved these boards up here, going to the right and the left of those that are already there. So we're going to get those in, get the angle off of them, bring the saw up, get them cut, and those are 2 more boards closer to getting finished. Well, there we go. The first one's in place, and I tell you, not only does vlogging and using the camera feel a little bit foreign, I have to dust off the kind of the cobweb, so to speak. So does using a hammer. I'm like, whoa, this feels weird. I haven't used one in like, I don't know, like a month now. So, a couple of things are just feeling not so much bad or off or anything, just feel a little bit foreign as opposed to how much I used to use them before. So we're gonna get back into that rhythm with using everything, camera, hammer, all that good stuff here in the up and coming times, especially now that hopefully the good weather's here to stay. So we got the first one in. I'm going to get the second one all cut, and we're going to get that put into place, and we're getting ever so close to get this back wall all ready to go, to get it all boarded in up to the roof. And then it's only 2 more walls to get boarded in after that. Throw some tie power up after, and then I can get the front windows in place, and it's going to start shaping together after all of that is in place and looking like an actual cabin. So we're getting slowly but surely closer and closer, step by step. just like that, we have 2 in place, hair blowing in the wind. Hopefully the noise of the tarp and the Tyvek isn't too loud, blowing in the wind. I know this microphone picks up quite a bit, so I guess we'll see in the editing process, but it doesn't seem too bad. I believe, by the looks of it, we have 1 more for either side, and then all my back wall upper section studs are all in place. And then that pretty much means me going around on the back and just making sure everything's all finally secured and all nailed in and all my lower studs. Then I can start laying my 1x6 across and getting the back all boarded in as well. Oh, woo woo! After a month, it does feel good to get back at it. The motivation was just dwindling there for a little bit between just figuring life out, the weather, and just everything else in general. So it feels good to get some motivation back on the go, some steam back in the engine, and some nails to hammer and getting these boards in place. Alright, so I need 2 more at right around 67 inches. I'll get the angles all cut, and instead of doing 16 inches on center, since there's a 3-foot gap that's left, I'm going to just cut the difference right in 2, and we'll do 18 inches off center for these ones. Just want to say that if you're new to the channel, that my name is Adam and welcome to Maple Monkey Media. I'm building my cabin. If you made it to this far into the video, you could probably tell that. All kinds of lifestyle and off-grid videos to come. And if you're a returning subscriber, muchly appreciate the continued support. I think we're coming right up around 700 subscribers, so that's absolutely mind-blowing. 1,000 is right around the corner, and like always, that's going to be my first goal, is hitting 1,000. So we're coming right up on that, and muchly appreciate the continued support, y'all. I'm gonna go get these boards cut. Stay tuned and we'll get them in place. Alrighty then. Isn't that what Jim Carrey says? Or well, the person he plays, what is it, The Mask, or any hoozles. Got my last 2 boards up here, just about to cut my angles, get them in place. Boo boo boo, Bob's your uncle. Alright, let's go. Wind blowing the tarps around. Hopefully it's not too loud. Could only imagine back in the day when there was no power tools, just using your hand all day long, cutting, chopping, swinging that axe. No wonder why their forearms were like Popeyes. Same with using like hand tools like screwdrivers and everything. Ooh, tough jobs, that's for sure. Alright, I got my angle cut. We're gonna go throw her in place there, and we're gonna see how she looks. I got a glove. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Bob's your uncle, eh? Bob's your uncle. Straighten her up a bit, but no big deal. Well, there you are, me son. Oh, we got 1 more left. 1 more, and just like that, we have the upper section studs all in place. At a little bit of an impasse with the front studs because to the center of either side of my ridge post I want to put a window, and don't have any money for a window quite yet, so that's going to hinder up the process a little bit. But in the meantime, like I say, we're going to get this back piece knocked off, and we are almost there. I'll get this last piece all angled off and cut, and we're going to get her positioned in place momentarily. Oh, well, there we have it. Just like that, we have all the studs in place for the upper wall. Alright, I lied to you earlier. I decided to take the tarp off. So hopefully the footage prior to this... Ooh, let's turn that down. There we go. So hopefully the footage prior to this isn't too noisy with the tarps blowing around with the wind. But I'm just down on the ground here, and you can see that level right there. It has all my studs in place. And I'm going to start hauling some wood back here. I have some 1x6 at the front of the property that I'm going to haul back here and get into preparation for putting my back boards up from where my finger are all the way up to the roof. Oh no, Kool-Aid man. Oh man, well I'll tell you what, it feels some good to get some work done on... Whoa, we're losing you. What was I saying? Breaking branches? What are you doing? As I was saying, it feels some good to get some work done on the cabin here. Oh man, this sunny day, it's probably, I don't know, maybe 6, 7, 8 degrees here. I had to put my hair up, take my coat off. My big burly beard's actually heating me up now, so I don't know, that might have to go here in the next little bit. Same with my hair, I might cut that, I don't know. It's super long, it's as long as it's ever been in my life. I just wanted to say that I'm so thankful for this nice weather. Kind of gives me that little amp of motivation and some more positive vibes, because I tell you, there's probably a lot of people out there too that are just sick of winter, and it hasn't even been a bad winter, so, but even still, just absolutely sick of it. Was kind of dull and dreary there for a little bit, you know, getting stuff in my own head, trying to figure out stuff. And if you're kind of in the same situation, just keep plugging away at it. Slow progress is better than no progress. And as long as you don't give up, you know, there is no failure. That's the thing with having like big dreams and dreams in general, is sometimes it may take a little while to complete it into fruition or to manifest it into real life, and it may frustrate you and get you down some days, but as long as you don't let those days take over your life, then that's all that matters. Just, you know, accept those feelings, keep moving forward, keep pushing out that positive vibe, and sooner or later things are going to catch up with you and then propel you even forward, further than you even thought. Just like the old saying is, in order for an arrow to move forward, it has to be pulled back first. So if you're on that process of being pulled back, well, soon you're going to be let loose and that arrow's just going to go flying. Just wanted to get that out there. Gonna cut one more board at 12'2", and then I'm gonna start staggering my beams going, or staggering my 1x6s going up, probably cutting them around 8 or 9 feet, and then leaving the other 3 or 4 feet to cut from another board, just because it's a little bit longer than 12'2" past that section. So I have my first 1x6 here. I'm going to cut at 12'2", and then that's going to probably get me close to starting off my second section. Whether or not I get to that today is a different story, but we're going to get this first board we're going to first get this board cut at 12'2". Oh my. left that one a little long, just for one main reason. Is the next set of boards I'm gonna leave, I think, a little bit longer, or I'm gonna cut them in two instead of setting up one full board, because my boards are only about 12 foot guaranteed. I got lucky with that one where it was a little bit longer, so I'm gonna probably cut them right around maybe 9 or 8 feet, and then use the leftover from another board to kind of stagger them and create the upper wall section. Oh well. So far so good. It's been a great afternoon of building. I didn't get here till late. I went into town earlier today, so I didn't start building till maybe around 1 or 2 o'clock. But we're gonna get right back at her tomorrow as well, because it's supposed to be even nicer than today. So I'm gonna get some more 1x6s all good to go here, and we'll see how many more we can get up today, if any. All right, I found another longer one, so I'm gonna get up that on the go before the sun starts setting even more than it already is. I'm not even worrying about the overhang if it's a little bit long on that side. At the end, I'll go back over with either with my hand saw or a circular saw and cut off what's left, so I'm not even worried about it right now. Oh, I'm hitting the jackpot with the longer boards. My last load of wood, my wood guy hooked me up, so we're gonna just continue on with the process and get this other longer board right up there ASAP. All right, it's legit now. That board that I just put up there, that was the first board that was nailed into the studs that I laid earlier on in the video. So the first board is laid on the back upper section, getting it almost all boarded in. When that's complete, that's 3 walls. No, sorry, 2 walls of the upper section, pretty well all done. Hey, 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 another one bites the dust, hey, hey. Another one does, and another one does, and another one bites the dust, hey. All right, so what I'm doing right now is I have a board, kind of a jig cut right here. That's the angle that I need coming off the pitch of my roof. So I'm gonna cut off one end on my 12-foot board, measure off 10'6", and then I'll get my jig, put it on the other end, and it'll be ready to slap in place. Well, there we go. I need one more board at 35 inches that I got a custom fit around my my ridge beam, but that is a-okay. So that means the north wall, I'm going to say it's pretty well all done. I got to go back over and nail where all the studs are, but what a difference in pretty well less than a day makes in getting all of that done up there. Looking absolutely beautiful. Another gorgeous day down here in Nova Scotia. The sun is shining. I'm just behind the cabin to make it a little bit easier to film. But yeah, it's even nicer than it was yesterday. It was probably maybe 5 to 7 degrees yesterday. And today I'm going to say it's anywhere between like 10 and 13 degrees. So it's just super balmy. I'm almost out here in my t-shirt. Got a slight little breeze happening, and spring is here. Spring is here. Hopefully the snow is just melting super fast. Bring on spring. Bring on summer, bring on shorts and the nice weather. Oh, I absolutely can't wait.